a new challenger! In first colour scheme, I choose you!
Hello and welcome back to another episode here on TrekHammer, where we're talking about every single episode of Star Trek from beginning to the modern day in order for the most part. And of course, with Star Trek the original series, we are going in the order that the Blu-rays have the episodes on. So today, it's the alternative factor. When I got to this episode and I was watching it with my wife, I said to her, "Oh, this is a good one. I remember this. It's good." And I'm wrong. It turns out the memory is not quite the same when you watch it again. It's very interesting. The plot is a great idea. Matter meets antimatter, different worlds colliding, a battle between a man who feels like he's lost everything and a man that realizes that the fight at hand is really just between two people and he'd rather not destroy the universe. It's a good concept, but it's very badly handled. Mr. Spock speaks in poetic terms for the majority of his explanations of the scientific data that he can find, which at one point Captain Kirk actually calls out because it's not helping the situation. So we have an issue where basically the script is badly written. And on top of that, we have a supporting actor who is hamming it up to the nth degree. This is not a good situation to be in when both the acting and the script are below the standard that previous episodes have actually set. So what's going on in this episode? Well, Starfleet feels like there may be a prelude to an invasion going on because all matter in the universe blinked out of existence and then blinked back in for a brief second around them, and they're not sure what's going on. I'm not sure how the spaceships managed to stay in the position where they could actually see this, but you know, these things happen. Perhaps they were shielded or something, I don't know. But Starfleet's aware of what's going on, and it's happening across the galaxy and beyond, apparently. So they found out that its epicenter is near where Captain Kirk's ship is, so they're getting everyone else out of the way, and as Captain Kirk says, so we're the bait. And the commander he's talking to goes, "Good luck." I love that bit, it's brilliant. That bit was great, because that is so military. You guys are the designated expendables this week, so you go in and try and sort this out. Thank you. We'll be over here in safety, relative safety. Although, let's face it, if everything in the galaxy which got blinked out and back in, chances are nowhere safe. So they've got this mystery on their hands. There's only one person on the planet that they're above, and that seems to be the epicenter of all of the problems. This guy is stark raving mad, and to be honest with you, should not be trusted at all, but Kirk keeps him very close for the entire thing because he has a feeling that this guy's got more information than he's letting on, and the whole thing kind of descends from there. All the clues are apparent, but Spock is speaking in poetic ways instead of basically telling Kirk what's actually happening, so Kirk's got to interpret that. McCoy gets information that Kirk should be able to piece together quicker than he actually does, because remember, Kirk in the first episodes is described as a pile of textbooks on legs. Kirk is a smart man. He's often depicted as the action hero, but that's really because he's right next to Brainiac of the century, Mr. Spock, so he doesn't look like the smart guy by comparison. But he is a smart guy. So he should have put this two and two together much quicker than he actually does, when it turns out that Dr. Lazarus, who was on the planet, is it Dr. Lazarus or is it just Lazarus? It might just be Lazarus. I don't know where I've got the doctor from. Is that a character from a different show? It might be. But Lazarus, at one point, has a mark on his head, and then suddenly doesn't, and then suddenly does again. At any point, someone should be able to work out that either this guy is faking injuries, or there are two guys. Identical twins are not uncommon, and Kirk himself has been cloned in previous episodes. So, let's have a think. Could this be that there's two of them? Kirk has first-hand experience of this. He got split by the transporter, and he got cloned as an android. The concept of there being two guys should not be alien to him. But here we are. Although there is one part where Mr. Spock puts a lot of it together and just says, well, all the evidence suggests, Mr. Lazarus, that you are a liar. And he just says it straight to his face. I love that bit. It's brilliant. But aside from that, the script is a little bit silly and requires Kirk to be far more silly and less quick on the uptake than he should really be. So Kirk eventually puts this matter together, takes Lazarus down to the planet and uncovers what's going on, because Lazarus has stolen dilithium crystals from the Enterprise, and so has Lazarus. The two Lazaruses have both stolen dilithium crystals from the Enterprise for essentially the same reason. So one's gone back to the antimatter universe and one's in the matter universe, and both are trying to power up their ships before the other one does. One to try and get into this negative space between the two universes and wait for the other guy to try and battle him to forever to prevent the universes from being destroyed by the matter and antimatter coming into contact with each other, which I'm assuming it's the same matter and antimatter have to come in contact for everything to explode, because Kirk passes through to the antimatter universe and survives, and so does that universe, whereas Lazarus from the antimatter universe comes to the matter universe and survives, and so does the universe. So I'm assuming it's the same matter in the same position, which kind of suggests that the ending is wrong. So let's get to the ending. Kirk allies with the calmer, more reasonable Lazarus, and they form a plan to trap the mad Lazarus in the pocket dimension between the two universes, where Lazarus and mad Lazarus will fight forever. Apparently, until the end of time, they'll battle it out. Humans don't last till the end of time. You've got 3 days. That's it. You've got no water. You've got 3 days. But aside from that, they're missing one major factor. Mad Lazarus will not stop attacking. So, either incapacitate him, lock him up in an asylum until he's better, or kill him. You have 3 options. They take none of those and decide to destroy the portal between universes so that no other matter can get across. I understand that bit, but at the same time trap both Lazari in the pocket universe to fight to the death. There is no need for the noble sacrifice. If you destroy both ships, Lazarus, mad Lazarus, surely will still be stuck in the pocket dimension. Or you could just shoot him. Now, I get what they're doing. The noble sacrifice thing is good and really works for a morality tale. And it gives us that line at the end where Kirk is like, oh, were we right to sacrifice these 2 beings to eternal torment? And Spock says, 2 universes survive because of their sacrifice. And I get it. I get that. It's a morality tale. But only one of them had to be incapacitated, and you could have just shot him or arrested him and put him in an asylum to sort out his problems. The man is clearly not rationally thinking, so you could deal with this medically, and they don't. And that's why the episode doesn't work for me. As a kid, I thought it was a great one. Matter and antimatter colliding, the eternal battle, blah, blah, blah. Really entertaining. But when you come to it from an adult, scientific and moral standpoint, it all falls apart. So as a result, I am going to have to give this a warp factor of 5.5 because there are some good bits, but it's let down by the ending, the poor writing of several of the characters, the fact that they're all holding an idiot ball, and the absolute ham acting. So there you go. Warp factor 5.5, Mr. Sulu. But perhaps this isn't the best interpretation. Do you have a better interpretation? Do you feel differently about the episode? Let me know in the comments section down below. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson. You've been watching TrekHammer. Live long and prosper. I'll see you later. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Without you guys, I really couldn't continue making all of these shows. And if you'd like to join our fantastic Patreon heroes here, go over to patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. It really does help us out. Thank you so much, guys.